And now, Mike's thoughts. Cardinals head coach Jonathan Gannon says, and I quote, "It was a mistake on the tampering call with the Arizona Cardinals when he was still a coaching staff with the Philadelphia Eagles. This tampering call eventually ended up with the Arizona Cardinals giving the Philadelphia Eagles their third-round pick in the 2023 NFL Draft." Jonathan Gannon says, and I quote, "It was a mistake that we made, and we have to move on from that." This Screams says, "I'm sorry because I got caught." I'm sorry because I got caught. It is simple as that. You can say, oh, whatever you want, right? But in the end, you knew it was wrong. The Arizona Cardinals knew it was wrong. The Philadelphia Eagles knew it was wrong. So to say, it was just a mistake and we just need to move on from it, that is just like back in the day when Reggie Bush took those suits and all that money from that booster. The booster knew it was wrong. Reggie Bush knew it was wrong, but, we still did it. If we get caught, we get caught, and we'll ask for forgiveness later. But I guess that's the way of the world, right? Do now, ask for forgiveness later. But with all that being said, cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn radio show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Juju, you don't want to be every time, no. I would like to personally welcome you to Man Hour After Dark. Say that then. While I bring you the host, Mike, Buck, and Cone. You know who's coming to the stage. Sports talk than what you about to hear right here. I second that.
Go. You know that it's us when we talking about sports. Giving you facts on the field to the core. Tune in, we need the support. 1 hour too short, to listen some more. On all your stations, not dropping no music. Stripes like Adidas, but Nike just do it. Down 4 in the 4th, we go for the win. Michael 2 seconds, we taking it in. Buck, Mike, and Combs. You know what's going on. Man, now we're After Dark, no LA, we the big spark. No 4th and inches won't cut short. Got the best talking, it's all sports. Buzzing more than buzzer beaters. We coming live all through your speakers, go.
And what is up, Man Hour Nation? Michael Buckasha here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhourradio.com. Check out the blog section. Of course, check out the merchandise patch section as well. But if you are new here and if you are watching, drop a comment below. Let us know that you are here. Give us a hashtag Man Hour Live if you watch us on Facebook. If you're watching us on YouTube. If you're watching us on Spotify, or not, you can't watch it on Spotify. If you're listening to us on Spotify post-show during the podcast forum, drop a tweet like, hey, I'm listening to hashtag Man Hour Live. Just sharing is caring at the end of the day. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to whatever platform you are listening to us on. It is Wednesday, so that means it is Conjunction Wednesday. We got a little bit of if and then a little bit of then, and then we sprinkle on what is going to happen if this thing really does happen. So example, if Mike McDaniel runs the ball more, then what? The Miami Dolphins are still a worst team in the AFC. So it is just like that. Obviously, there's a little bit more to it, but bada bing, bada boom. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. But, guys, thought of the day. Thought of the day. Circumstances do not change your responsibility. Circumstances do not change your responsibility. Take that into heart today. Dan Hood is jumping in the chat with the fire emojis. What is up, Dan Hood? Your Philadelphia Eagles, man, got a hell of a lot better in this year's offseason so far. Can they repeat their Super Bowl performance or make it to the Super Bowl and ultimately get to that next step? Only time will tell. We are officially 205 days away from the NFL kickoff season. We're about 90 till preseason starts. Man, it is getting hot in here. Hot in here. Actually, is 200 days right? It's got to be right? We got May, June, July, August, September. 5 times 30. How many is that for the? No, we're like 150 some days. My math must be off. I don't know. We'll fix it next time. But yeah, it says 206 days or 205 days, but I think we're like 150 days. wrap that around your head. But we're going to talk a little bit about Mike McDaniel and those Miami Dolphins. We're going to talk about Aaron Rodgers, Henry Ruggs III, a little bit of Juju Smith-Schuster saying he has all the weapons he needs in old New England to be successful. But first, it's time to get into some new news. All right, guys, so new news here on this Wednesday edition of Man Hour, May 3rd, 2023 at 2:05 East Coast time right here, right now. Trevor Siemian has officially signed a one-year deal with the Bengals to basically to continue to be the backup for Joe Burrow. Guys, this is great for the Cincinnati Bengals because you always need that good, solid backup quarterback. We see it year in and year out where starters in the NFL miss a game or two. Jalen Hurts last season, Patrick Mahomes a couple years ago, right? Lamar Jackson every year. Tua. You are going to miss a game. You're going to get banged up. A 17-game season is very, very tough on the body, and having a good backup like Trevor Siemian is very, very, very good for the Cincinnati Bengals. Next up here on the new news, Randall Cobbs has officially signed a one-year deal with the New York Football Jets. Obviously, guys, Aaron Rodgers loves some Randall Cobb. When Randall Cobb first went to Dallas Cowboys and kind of had that mediocre breakout type of season with the Cowboys, he's like, I want Randall Cobb back. If you want me to come back, I need Randall Cobb. Why does Aaron Rodgers love Randall Cobb so much? He has not done anything in the NFL really for the last 5 seasons. He just kind of just been there. Yes, he is a good, I guess, maybe leader in the locker room. He might be, best friends or butt buddies or gay partners, what do you want to think? But damn, at the end of the day, are the Jets trying to do too much to please Aaron Rodgers? And I think they are. I think they're trying to do a little bit too much, and this is looking like Green Bay Packers 2.0 all over it. And we know how the Packers do in the playoffs. They shit the bed. It's going to be with the New York Jets. We will see. Next up here on the new news, Brandon Allen has signed a one-year deal with the San Francisco 49ers. Now, this puts 4 quarterbacks now in that San Francisco 49ers locker room. You're going to have Brock Purdy. You got Sam Darnold. You got Trey Lance. You got Brandon Allen. What does this mean for Trey Lance moving forward? Obviously, you're not going to keep 4 quarterbacks on the roster. There's going to be an odd man out. Is it going to be Sam Darnold? No, they wanted that veteran quarterback to be a backup and basically start this season, right? Are they going to cut Brandon Allen, a proven good backup in the NFL with the Bears and I think he played with the Bills? Probably not. Why would you bring him in and sign him one deal we're going to cut you in camp? That's kind of dumb. Trey Lance is on the trade block, guys. Trey Lance is going to end up on another team by the start of the NFL season. It is what it is at the end of the day. But, guys, that is going to be it for the new news. Not a whole lot of new news happening here on the NFL Talk today. But it is time. It is time to thank the sponsor of today's show, and that is BetStamp. That's right, betstamp.app/group. Guys, use promo code MANHOUR. Guys, you need to learn how to line shop. There are exponential amount of sports books out there. You got Caesar, you got BetGMG, you got Barstool, you got Airbnb. There are tons and tons of sports books out there. And with that being said, there are different lines for every sports book. They all have their own lines and how they figure it out. BetStamp.app, guys, get you the biggest bang for your buck. So if you want to bet on the Raiders will win the AFC West this season, they're like a plus 4,000 right now. You can go over to BetStamp and you can see Who has the biggest plus for the Las Vegas Raiders? If you're truly sold on the Las Vegas Raiders, they're going to win the AFC West. Find that best plus. Right now, it is Caesars Sportsbook. They have plus 4,500. You can put down $10, $15, bada bing, bada boom. You are going to benefit from that as well. The only reason why you would know that Caesars has the best odds, the biggest payout for this, is simply head over to BetStamp.app. Use promo code MANHOUR, guys, and they will give you every minimum deposit at every sportsbook that you sign up for. So every new sportsbook you sign up for. I got $185 a couple months ago. I have now turned that into $2,500. I've actually become kind of addicted to gambling a little bit. Maybe I'd call that 1-800 number, but yeah, BetStamp.app, guys, /groups. Link is in the description, promo code MANHOUR, and they will give you the minimum deposit. So really, why not sign up? It's free money. If you lose, it's not your money. If you win, it is your money. Win, win, win with BetStamp.app /group, guys. All right, so let's get into the meat and bones of today's show. It is the If and Then Wednesday, Conjunction Wednesday, as we like to call it here, guys. But I need to ask the fans out there a favor. I need to get some opinions before we dive deeper into today's show. Do you guys like what we do over here at Man Hour? Speak objectively. Do you like our different segments? Way or no way, if and then, factor crap, would you rather? And then coming Friday, we're going to just basically have phone call Friday. Whole show, whole hour. You can call in, you can text, you can do whatever you want. Let me know if you guys want to add something. If you don't like something, just let me know. All feedback is good feedback, and I will take it into consideration. If you have a new idea for a segment, for example, Nana last season had Ain't Nobody Got Time for That. And that was a killer hit, which we were bringing that back probably next week or 2 weeks. I got to work on some new graphics for that, and I just haven't had time to, unfortunately. But yeah, so if you guys got any ideas, let me know what you think of the show. Truly, you can slide into the DMs. You can comment here. I see everything. I am usually the man behind the mirror on the Man Hour page. Sometimes Combsy posts a little risque things over there. Lizzo and Patrick Mahomes or Jackson Mahomes and all that stuff. But whatever. It is what it is. But let's get into the meat and bones of today's show. Mike McDaniel has come out and said he is apologetic to Raheem Mostert for not running the ball enough last season. Obviously, guys, the Miami Dolphins didn't do what they put out to do, win the Super Bowl, right? 31 other teams do not really ever complete their goal of winning the Super Bowl. Only one team does at the end of the day, so it is what it is. But during that offseason, they added some good pieces. They added Tyreek Hill, right? They added some other defensive players, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But so if the Miami Dolphins run the ball more this season in 2023, then what? If the Miami Dolphins become a running team, let's say they run 50-50, let's say it's split down the middle, exactly 50-50, they are going to alienate what they did all last offseason, bringing in Tyreek Hill, having Jalen Waddle, keeping Tua around, keeping that dynamic core around. If they want to run the ball, sure, you can run the ball. But to run the ball more, you are going to alienate everything that you did last offseason. You are literally going to take those 5 picks that you sent to Kansas City Chiefs and basically waste them. All that money you're giving to Tyreek Hill, might as well set it on fire and throw it down the toilet, because you are going to completely waste everything that you've been building the last couple seasons. You are trying to build a high-profile, high-flying offense. It is what it is. That is what you are trying to do. So to kind of like cater around one person because he's a little bit of butthurt, that's what happened to Tyreek Hill and the Kansas City Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes was trying to force feed Tyreek Hill the ball because he knew he was up for a full contract and wanted him to stay. And the Chiefs weren't that good, right? You cannot force feed somebody the ball. You just got to do what you got to do. So if the Miami Dolphins run the ball more, then they will alienate the rest of the team. it is what it is. They will alienate the rest of the team and end up last place in the division. I said it what I said. Patriots End Zone jumped in the chat. What is up, Patriots End Zone? He says, if the Dolphins run the ball more this year, Mostert will still be angry because those carries are going to go to Devontae. You are exactly right, Patriots End Zone. Raheem Mostert just isn't that featured back anymore. Like, was he ever a featured back? Wasn't he the one that got traded from the 49ers to the Miami Dolphins midseason? Was that Mostert or was it somebody else? I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, don't the Miami Dolphins have like 3 running backs as is? Let me pull up their roster because I know they, for one, Devon, right, and then they got Mostert, and then I thought they got a guy from San Francisco as well. His name is slipping my mind right now. I don't think it was Mostert. Jeff Wilson Jr. Plus, they still got Myles Gaskin. Do you guys remember this time last year when the Miami Dolphins had like 9 running backs in their room? We're like, what the hell is going on? I mean, they signed a bunch of veterans. It was like, I don't know, it was like Le'Veon Bell and this guy and like all these over the hill guys. But they're like, damn, like what are you guys doing? But yeah. Excuse me. The Miami Dolphins, just don't worry about it. Tell the man to shut up and move on. Dan Hood says, with the facts. Patriots End Zone and Dan Hood must be on the same wavelength right now. They're thinking much alike. And when you guys align yourself with the Patriots End Zone, thinking those facts, and then he agrees with me, oh, shit. The world has spun on his side. The world has spun backwards. Guys, be careful because somebody might slide into your DMs and give you some more death threats. I got another one last night. We made it, baby. But however, that person has agreed to be on the show and tell me how stupid I am. That's coming, I think it's May 8th. What, is that next Friday? No, next Monday. Next Monday, this person will be on to tell me how, quote, stupid I am. We will see. We will see. Moving on. Aaron Rodgers traded to the New York Football Jets from the Green Bay Packers, and he says, and he actually reported to OTAs starting this week, but he says there are a lot of similarities between Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams. Pause. Let that sink in. Similarities between Garrett Wilson and Davante Adams. What kind of similarities? The fact that they're both receivers, the fact that they're both black, that they're both like 6'3". Like, what kind of similarities are we talking about, man? But let me just spit this out here. If Garrett Wilson can put up Davante Adams type numbers this season for Aaron freaking Rodgers, then what? Then I think Aaron Rodgers might be upset. He so badly wants Randall Cobb to be successful, and he's going to do everything he can not to make Garrett Wilson like the guy, right? No, but legit, I like Garrett Wilson. I think he does provide some bit of Davante Adams in him. Game-changing abilities, that star power, right? That it guy. So if Garrett Wilson can put up Davante Adams types numbers, then the Jets actually might have a chance in the AFC East. The Jets have built a pretty good offense, right? They have a good running game with Breece Hall. They have a good passing game, Allen Lazard. Later in the show, we're going to talk about Randall Cobb, or I guess we already talked about Randall Cobb, right? They have Garrett Wilson. They still have Mims, right? They have a fairly good offense wrapped around Aaron Rodgers right now. The Jets were legit a quarterback away. Now is Aaron Rodgers the quarterback? I guess we'll find out come January. Is he sitting on the couch in California, or is he playing in the cold in New York, right? Only time will tell. But if Garrett Wilson can put up Davante Adams type of numbers, then the Jets will be very, very successful. they'll be very, very successful because of the fact that Allen Lazard is going to get his. Breece Hall is going to get his, right? That defense is going to possibly eat a little bit. Really, the only X factor, I guess, right now is if Aaron Rodgers can be a little bit like Aaron Rodgers. I'm not worried about Garrett Wilson. I'm not worried about Allen Lazard. I'm not worried about Breece Hall. I'm worried about basically Aaron Rodgers. That's what it comes down to. That is what it comes down to at the end of the day. Whoop. My little man just got home from school. So, hey, bud, I love you. A kid coming home from school every day, guys, and I guess he goes to school 3 days a week. He's in preschool. Says, "Daddy, I love you." Freaking awesome, man. Dan Hood jumping back in the chat here. He says, "I've seen a few rumors this morning about my Philadelphia Eagles looking to acquire a linebacker. Here are some names that the Eagles are looking back: Isaiah Simmons and Patrick McQueen." So the Ravens did not pick up the fifth-year option for Patrick McQueen, so they could be looking to move him, right? And Isaiah Simmons, didn't they just draft him just a couple years ago? Like, if the Cardinals trade Isaiah Simmons to the Philadelphia Eagles, they are officially in tank mode. Blow that defense up, blow that offensive up. Jonathan Gannon is like, get everybody out, right? Do the Eagles need a linebacker, though? I mean, I thought they were pretty much set on the defensive side of the ball after getting Jalen Carter. Maybe a little bit of cornerback issues with C.J. Gardner-Johnson gone. But if the Eagles pick up any of those guys, Patrick Queen, or Isaiah Simmons, save some for the rest of us, Dan Hood. Like, the rich always get richer. Like, come on, man. Like, damn it. Stop hogging all of them. Both teams declined to pick up their options. I think Isaiah Simmons is a top linebacker in the league. Patrick Queen, I'm not so sure about. But adding either one of those to the Philadelphia Eagles right now, oh my God. Dallas Cowboys, you better say there's better luck next year already. Sheesh. But seriously, Dan, save some players for the rest of us. We all like to win too. Like, you don't have to be dominant for 15 years in a row like the Patriots were. Like, come on, man. Like, shit. Speaking of the Patriots, Juju Smith-Schuster says the Patriots definitely have enough weapons surrounding Mac Jones to be very successful in 2023. He referred to some of the players being able to play dual positions. Actually, he said both ways, but he meant dual positions. From running back to receiver to running back. Basically the intertwining of a good player. So let's say, guys, let's go into fantasy land here. Let's use Wayne G's best word that he loves. What if, right? If Juju Smith-Schuster is right about the New England Patriots having enough weapons to surround Mac Jones, then what? Many people are saying that Mac Jones is a backup quarterback in this league anyways. A lot of Patriots fans, I'm in a lot of Patriots groups because, I like to share content to those groups and kind of pick their minds, see what the vibe of the Patriot community is, and a lot of what the other 32 NFL teams. That's actually how probably a lot of you come into Man Hour. But a lot of people are not sold on Mac Jones at all. Many people think that after he fails the first 4 or 5 weeks of the season, he'll be a backup and he'll no longer be on the New England Patriots. Hell, some people have gone far out as saying that he won't even make the team this season. So if Juju is right about the Patriots having weapons around Mac Jones, then Mac Jones has no leg to stand on about saying why the offense sucks. They got the new offensive coordinator. They got the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. They have the weapons. They have the number one receiver, right? I guess you can is Juju going to be the number one receiver? But they have a receiver committee. They have the weapons. They have the coach. They have the defense. There is no excuse at all for the New England Patriots to be third or fourth in this division. If Juju is right, they are second, first place team. If the weapons are there, the defense is there, the coaching's there, and if the weapons are around Mac Jones, Mac Jones has to lead them to the playoffs. Has to probably get a first round win as well. So if Juju is right about the Patriots having weapons around him and Mac Jones, then they are a playoff bound team. They are a playoff bound team if Juju is right. What if? Pat's OC is Bill O'Brien. Exactly, Dan Hood. Bill O'Brien is the best offensive coordinator in the game. Better than Nathaniel Hackett, better than Eric Bieniemy, better than whoever else you want to throw out there. Bill O'Brien is the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. It is what it is. Patriots End Zone says, if Juju is right about the Patriots having weapons around Mac Jones, then Mac will have no excuses when he sucks still. So it sounds like Patriots End Zone is a part of the majority of you Patriots fans out there that just don't like Mac Jones. Just don't like him. It's because he basically said the last year's offensive coordinator and Matt Patricia just sucked and he needed help outside. Was that the issue? Was it the issue that he led you guys to the playoff his rookie season when Patriots were, quote, rebuilding? I don't understand the hate for Mac Jones. Yes, he has not been Tom Brady, but he hasn't been no Zach Wilson, though, either. He doesn't really alienate his team. He goes out there and he competes. I just give him some time. Bill O'Brien plus Mac Jones might be a match made in heaven. Dan Hood is laughing at the fact that I said Bill O'Brien is the best offensive coordinator in the NFL. Let's flash back a couple seasons. Bill O'Brien was the New England Patriots offensive coordinator when they won the Super Bowl last, right? One of the best offenses in the league. Year in and year out, he has been putting up really good numbers for Tom Brady and like in the boys, or not putting up, but he's been calling some damn good plays. Just face it. Bill O'Brien is the GOAT of OCs. Head coaching, he is terrible. General manager, he is terrible. Offensive coordinator, really, really nice. Really, really nice. There are some people that are just not meant to be, head coaches. There are some people that are just meant to be position coaches. It just, sometimes when people get elevated, they're like, man, this is harder than I thought. Let me go back to my offensive coordinator spot. Let me go back to my quarterback's possession top. We have Matt Patricia. I'm glad he's on defense now. The Eagles did sign Matt Patricia. I don't know why. How does Matt Patricia get fired from the Detroit Lions, next season get hired as offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots, gets fired or resigns or whatever happened, right? He's no longer with the Patriots, and then ends up with the Philadelphia Eagles as a defensive coordinator. 3 totally different positions on 3 totally different teams in 3 NFL seasons. What? Slow the roll here a little bit. Last if and then statement here on this Wednesday edition of Man Hour NFL Talk, guys. We are live every Monday through Friday, 2 p.m. East Coast time. But Henry Ruggs III officially pleads guilty to his DUI manslaughter crash dating back to 2021 during the NFL season. As part of the plea agreement, he will face 3 to 10 years in jail. But let's talk about the NFL side of things of here. If Henry Ruggs ends up back up in the NFL after his 3 years served, let's just be honest, he'll be back in the NFL next season. Already served 2. Bada bing, 1 more. There's 3. You do the math. You figure it out. He's serving minimum sentence 100%. He's a pro athlete with money. If Henry Ruggs ends up back in the NFL, then what? Then Henry Ruggs can change a team. The reason being is because when Henry Ruggs comes back into the NFL next season or the year beyond that, there are not going to be teams out there like the Raiders are going to want him. They are not going to be like the Houston Texans. There is going to be a team that is going to, quote, take a chance on him. There's a team that is going to have an established locker room. There is going to be a team that has a proven track record of bringing in players like this in. If you guys are catching what I'm dropping down here, we are referring to Andy Reid. We are referring to Michael Vick. We are returning to Frank Clark, right? Andy Reid has a history of bringing players like this in. Josh Gordon. Team players that have ended up on the wrong side of the tracks, and he brings them back in, and he rehabilitates them and makes them into plenty of all-stars. If Henry Ruggs comes back into the NFL, or when he does, he will end up on a team like the Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles, maybe the Dallas Cowboys, maybe the New England Patriots. He is going to go to a team that has a lot of structure, a lot of winning, and they're going to get a lot better because you're going to sign a first-round talent in Henry Ruggs III for $2 million. Throw away that money. It is not a matter of if, it's a matter of when Henry Ruggs III comes back into the NFL. So if Henry Ruggs ends up back up in the NFL, whatever team he ends up is probably going to be a Super Bowl bound team. It is what it is. Patriots End Zone says if Ruggs ends up back up in the NFL, then there is no hope for the souls of the owners. No hope for the souls of the owner if Ruggs comes back in the NFL. Well, Patriots End Zone, to be a successful business owner, to be a successful grinded out type of person, you don't have to have a soul. Winning cures everything. Just because this guy decided to make a mistake, very, very big mistake, drive drunk, killed a dog, killed the wife, right? Or the mom, right? Huge mistake. If that player can come in and help me win a Super Bowl, I'll give him $2, $3, $4, $5 million. I will, quote, sell my soul to the devil. It doesn't matter. Winning cures everything. That player for the Dallas Cowboys, that Hardy, right? That beat up his girlfriend allegedly 6 times, but she always dropped the charges. Got cut from the Carolina Panthers, ended up on the Dallas Cowboys, played a season or 2 because he was helping them win. Once his play started to decline, it surfaced again that he hit his girlfriend again, and then all of a sudden, the Cowboys cut him. Things can get spun anyway. Owners own the media. Let's just be honest about it. If this player can help me win, I'm going to sign him. If I'm an NFL owner, I don't care if he's a drug dealer. I don't care if he's drug cartel. I don't care if he killed a guy back in Miami in 2002, a.k.a. Aaron Hernandez. If he's helping me win a lot of football games, bringing me a lot of money, bringing me those merchandise sales, sign him up. It is what it is. Is it right? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. If it was me, you, or Dan Hood, or Alpha Rob, or Drew, or Katie, or Heather, or Michelle, or Combs, if we had a DUI and manslaughter, we are never getting a good job again. It is a felony. It is a felony. We're going to be making minimum wage flipping hamburgers for the rest of our lives. It is what it is. I don't know what else you want me to say. It is what it is. Winning literally cures everything. Sounds like the Browns. The Browns would never bring in Henry Ruggs III. The Browns tried their way with Josh Gordon, and for whatever reason, the Browns couldn't even think. Actually, guys, I just read a great article I just read and watched a video about how the Cleveland Browns might be moving from Cleveland. So we're seeing all these stadiums get built. You know, the Titans Stadium is getting built. The Buffalo Bills Stadium is getting built. And the cities in the state are giving them $500, $600 million to build these stadiums to stay in town, right? And reportedly, the Cleveland Browns want a new stadium. Their stadium's, quote, falling apart at the seams. They want a dome stadium or a refurbished stadium or whatever, right? $1 billion. And the governor or the mayor of Cleveland's like, no, we're not giving you any money. We're going to take that $500 million and we're going to put it into the riverfront or something just like that. Guys, do we see the Cleveland Browns leaving Cleveland again? Would that be the ultimate smack in the face? You don't lose one team, but you lose two NFL teams? And what if they ended up in St. Louis? Cleveland Browns are now the St. Louis Battlehawks or whatever the XFL team's called. Like, Cleveland better figure their shit out real quick or they're going to lose the Browns again. Patriots End Zone coming in the chat here says, Hardy and Peterson should fight to the death. Winner gets executed. As you guys know, Patriots End Zone is not a fan of Greg Hardy, and he absolutely hates Adrian Peterson. Like, every chance he gets, he will wish ill will and death upon Adrian Peterson, and I like the charisma there. I like the fact that you're like, F this guy. Never back down. You are never going to change my mind whatsoever. Now, I do agree with the Adrian Peterson thing. I don't know the whole Greg Hardy situation, but I do know he like beat his girlfriend or wife unconscious once or twice or whatever, maybe three times even. We don't know the circumstances that led up to it. It is wrong to hit anybody, right? But sometimes it is somebody else's fault. You got to defend yourself, right? But remember the word of the day, or the saying of the day, circumstances do not change responsibilities. They do not. But guys, that is going to be it for the Man Hour today. A little shorter show. Combs decided just to not show up. What is up with that, Combsy? Get your ass to work, boy. But anyways, guys, remember, you cannot half jump out of an airplane. I don't know. Think about it. Man Hour Nation. Rise up.